Imagine waking up feeling tired despite getting enough sleep, eating well, and doing everything right. You're not alone. In today's world, countless people feel drained, unmotivated, and emotionally numb even when they haven't done anything physically exhausting. The problem isn't your body, it's your inner energy. And modern psychology is finally catching up to what ancient wisdom has always known. Burnout often starts at the soul level. We live in a society that idolizes productivity, performance, and constant progress. But beneath the surface, many are quietly unraveling, overwhelmed by invisible pressures, social expectations, and endless comparison. This energy depletion isn't physical fatigue, it's spiritual erosion. Psychology teaches us to manage stress, but few are ever taught how to preserve or even understand their core energy. We were never trained to protect our life force, what Eastern traditions call prana, the essence that fuels clarity, creativity, and resilience. This isn't about doing less, it's about becoming more conscious of where your energy goes. Because energy is your most precious currency. It defines the quality of your thoughts, emotions, and choices. The truth is, you can't truly change your life until you learn to manage your energy, not just your time. And in a world that constantly asks for more, protecting your energy might just be the most radical act of self-respect. In a world that increasingly prioritizes external success, many of us overlook the invisible engine behind our mental clarity, motivation, and presence, inner energy. While modern psychology offers tools to manage stress and behavior, it rarely addresses the deeper, energetic dimension of human vitality. Yet across cultures and time, psychology and philosophy have both hinted at a deeper force, one we must reclaim if we're to feel truly alive. In Eastern traditions, this force is known as prana, a subtle but powerful current of life energy flowing through the body. Prana is what breathes life into the body, what fuels the mind's focus, and what empowers spiritual clarity. Practices like yoga, tai chi, and meditation were not just designed for relaxation, they were systems to cultivate and direct this energy with precision. In the West, especially within mystical traditions and emerging fields of energy psychology, this same life force has been understood as an electromagnetic energy field, a dynamic system influenced by emotion, intention, and belief. According to this view, your thoughts and willpower don't just shape your behavior. They directly impact your energy field, which in turn affects how others perceive and respond to you. You've likely felt this. Some days, you walk into a room and people feel your presence without you saying a word. Other times, you feel invisible. That's not charisma. That's energy. Whether you radiate vitality or emotional exhaustion depends on how your energy is flowing or being blocked. Inner energy shows up in very real ways. It determines whether you meet life with clarity or confusion, calm or chaos. When it's strong and centered, you feel grounded, creative, and resilient. When it's scattered by stress, unresolved emotions, or social overexposure, you feel disconnected, anxious, or numb. The key is this: energy is not abstract, it's practical. It fuels your psychology, your relationships, and your ability to pursue meaningful goals. And just like physical health, it must be nourished, protected, and consciously directed. The question is no longer how much time do I have, but where is my energy going? Because the quality of your life is not defined by how much you do, but by how much of you is present when you do it. In reclaiming your inner energy, you don't just reduce stress, you restore your inner sovereignty. In modern life, reclaiming your inner energy is more than just a wellness trend, it's a vital psychological shift. As discussed earlier, our culture rarely teaches us how to manage or protect this life force. Yet, when we understand the psychology of energy, we begin to see that burnout, anxiety, or numbness aren't always due to physical overexertion. They're often signs that our internal systems are misaligned. To truly master our energy, we must explore its threefold interaction: body, mind, and spirit. This triad is central to both Eastern wisdom and emerging integrative psychology, which now recognizes that health isn't only biological, but energetic and emotional. The body is the physical channel where energy flows. In Eastern medicine, it moves through meridians, subtle energy pathways that connect to both organs and emotions. For example, the liver is linked to anger, the kidneys to fear, and the lungs to grief. When emotional stress lingers, it doesn't just affect our mind. It clogs these energetic channels, eventually manifesting as fatigue, tension, or illness. By supporting the body through breathwork, movement, and somatic awareness, we free blocked energy and restore vitality. The mind is the navigator. Focus sharpens the energy stream. Distraction scatters it. Modern psychology confirms that chronic mental fragmentation from digital overload, multitasking, or unresolved emotions weakens our cognitive resilience. When we concentrate on what truly matters, energy consolidates, and we regain clarity and inner strength. The spirit is the deepest layer, the origin point of willpower, intuition, and meaning. It connects us to something larger than ourselves. When your spirit is aligned, even adversity becomes fuel. You don't just endure, you transform. This dimension is less about belief and more about experience. Practices like meditation, mindful breathing, or even deep stillness reconnect you with your internal compass. When body, mind, and spirit are synchronized, your energy flows like a clear river, strong, directed, and alive. This is not just philosophy. It's practical energy psychology, a return to self-mastery in a world that constantly pulls us away from ourselves. If the body is the channel and the mind is the navigator, then emotion is the current, a powerful force that either nourishes or disrupts our internal energy flow. In both Eastern traditions and modern psychology, emotions are not just fleeting mental states. They are energetic frequencies that directly influence your health, clarity, and ability to act. Positive emotions like gratitude, compassion, and love don't just feel good, they align your energy system, creating a state of internal harmony. When you feel grateful, your breath deepens, your body softens, and your presence becomes magnetic. This isn't just poetic, it's physiological. Neuroscience and energy psychology show how emotional coherence improves heart rate variability, lowers cortisol, and increases cognitive function. But negative emotions, when left unprocessed, do the opposite. Anger, fear, and resentment constrict the body, fragment attention, and block the natural flow of energy. For example, chronic anger can tense the liver channel in Eastern medicine, while prolonged fear weakens the kidneys, impacting not just mood, but vitality. The goal isn't to suppress negative emotions, it's to transform them. First, through awareness, noticing the emotion without judgment. Then, through acceptance, allowing it to exist without being consumed by it. Finally, through intention, using breath, visualization, or self-inquiry to shift the internal state. This is emotional alchemy, not denial, but integration. Modern psychology supports this through techniques like mindfulness-based cognitive therapy, MBCT, and emotional regulation strategies. Whether through visualizing light during breathwork or journaling out unconscious fears, these methods convert stagnation into momentum. The more you master your emotional energy, the more your entire system functions in alignment. You think clearer, move freer, live deeper. In this sense, emotional mastery isn't just healing, it's power. And in today's overstimulated world, it may be the most important psychological and energetic skill you can reclaim. In a world designed to capture your attention, your energy is constantly under siege. Social media, endless notifications, cultural expectations, and consumerist messaging have created a psychological environment where distraction is the norm, not the exception. This is not just a lifestyle issue. It's a psychology of depletion. Every scroll, every comparison, every ad subtly tells you you are not enough, and so, without realizing it, you give your energy away, one click, one impulse, one mental loop at a time. The result, a society full of people who are exhausted not because they've worked so hard, but because their attention has been hijacked and scattered. Energy fragmentation is real. It creates a silent fatigue that no amount of sleep can fix. And behind it is a deeper psychological mechanism. Attention equals energy. Where your attention goes, your life force flows. This is why modern psychology increasingly points to focus, intention, and digital mindfulness as crucial tools for mental health and vitality. But there is a way out. It begins with a pause. A conscious interruption of the noise, and in that pause, a question: does this serve my goal? When you ask that before buying, reacting, or comparing, you reclaim your energy. You step out of the algorithm's grip and back into alignment with your own path. You stop feeding a system designed to keep you emotionally unsettled and start feeding your own clarity. This is not about rejecting technology or modern life. It's about using them consciously. It's about restoring sovereignty over your own nervous system. Because the most dangerous form of control is the one that feels like entertainment. And the most radical form of freedom, choosing where your energy goes and why. To reclaim your energy in today's distracted world, psychology alone isn't enough. You must embody your awareness. Inner vitality isn't something you think your way into. It's something you practice. The ancient East and modern psychology both agree. Energy flows where attention goes. But attention isn't just mental, it's physical, emotional, and spiritual. That's why true energy mastery involves aligning body, mind, and spirit through daily, intentional action. Let's begin with the body. Your body is the vessel for energy. Simple practices like body scanning help you detect tension or stagnation before it becomes fatigue. Diaphragmatic breathing, deep belly breathing, calibrates your nervous system and restores calm. A powerful yet subtle practice is holding your palms near each other and feeling the sensation of energy, heat, tingling, magnetism. These are not illusions, they're gateways into self-awareness. Next is the mind, the command center of direction. Psychology teaches us that focus is the antidote to fragmentation. Breath-focused meditation sharpens this focus. Writing a willpower journal each morning clarifies your intent, anchoring your energy for the day. A lesser known but powerful practice is soft gaze, staring at a candle flame or fixed point to strengthen attention and train your mind to resist impulsive drift. Finally, the spiritual deep, inner compass. Observing emotions through meditative awareness allows you to witness without drowning. Visualization techniques, like imagining radiant energy flowing through your body, shift your emotional state and amplify resilience. Spirit isn't about religion, it's about remembering your place in something larger. Whether you call it source, the universe, or the quantum field, connecting to it restores meaning and meaning energizes. In a culture that drains you, these practices return your power. They remind you that energy isn't just spent, it can be cultivated, reclaimed, directed, and ultimately transformed. In a world built to hijack your attention, reclaiming your energy demands more than good intentions. It requires psychology, willpower, and focused design. Modern psychology shows that the human mind is wired to seek novelty and avoid discomfort. That's why your energy leaks, not from lack of ability, but from the absence of inner direction. In this landscape, willpower is your inner engine, and focus is the steering wheel. Willpower isn't just a mental idea, it's an energetic force. It arises when you know what matters most, and you commit to it even when it's inconvenient. But willpower alone isn't enough. Without focus, your energy disperses into distraction. That's where the psychology of attention becomes critical. To protect your energy, you must protect your focus. This begins with your environment. Small external shifts produce big internal clarity. Disable unnecessary notifications. Set physical spaces that promote stillness. Replace passive scrolling with intentional journaling. These acts signal to your nervous system, my energy is valuable, and I choose where it flows. Beyond tools, it's about mindset. Ask yourself, Is this action aligned with my true direction or just noise? When you pause to reflect before reacting, you preserve the most powerful resource you have, conscious choice. By combining the energy of will, the clarity of focus, and the lens of psychology, you re-enter your life with sovereignty. You're no longer pulled by every impulse or demand. You become someone who acts from intention, not reaction. In a culture that profits from your distraction, this isn't just powerful, it's revolutionary. Mastering your energy is not just about feeling better, it's about reclaiming authorship over your life. Psychology reminds us that perception shapes reality, but energy fuels perception. Your vitality, focus, and emotional presence determine how you experience the world. And when that energy is fragmented by distraction, fear, or societal noise, so is your reality. But here's the deeper truth: energy isn't just what you have, it's who you are. In Eastern and Western psychology, this energetic core is tied to breath, awareness, and will. When you align that energy with purpose, you don't just survive, you create. You design a life that reflects your values, not your conditioning. The key isn't grand change, it's daily discipline. Each time you scan your body, breathe with awareness, or ask, is this aligned with my truth? You reinforce sovereignty. It's not about escape, it's about embodiment. And so, energy becomes more than fuel, it becomes your compass. Your ability to consistently direct that compass is what transforms your psychology into power. Because to master your energy is to master your reality. Thank you for being here.